It's late at night. I'm in the kitchen. What am I up to? I'm making chicken stock. I have bones, skin, cartilage, all the parts of a chicken you didn't want to eat. Some are cooked, some are raw. It does not matter. That's right, chicken stock. No salt, no vegetables. All that can be added later. And that's a 7-quart cooking vessel. What we do is we save all our parts in little bags. You can see all the little bags I've thrown away. We fill up this container that resides in the freezer, and when it's full, I put them in the crock pot, fill the crock pot full of water, cook it on low for 10 hours, then leave it on warm for about an additional 12 to 16 hours. My bones are starting to thaw out. I just push them down in there. Sorry about the low light level. And you add water. Add water after the bones are in there, so you can see how high the water level is getting. Now let's cover it up and say goodnight. It's the next day. The crock pot is now on warm after a 10-hour cook. The water level's a little high for my taste, but you can see that it's gently simmering. Very gentle simmer to continue to get the gelatin out of those bones and collagen out of the skin. And I'm going to let this go all day long until 6 p.m. Okay, it's been a 10-hour low cook with a 8-hour simmer. Simmer is warm on your crock pot setting. I fished out a bone, one of the largest bones I could find to test, and the bones should break easily without crumbling. So this is ready. I don't want to go too much farther because if it starts to crumble, it'll make the resulting stock cloudy, and I don't want to make it cloudy. So it's time to unplug it. It's now 4 p.m. and I'm just going to let this sit for several hours before I attempt to scoop out the bones and other bits. I've located the chicken stock crock pot next to the garbage, which is filled with papers in the bottom. And it is now cool enough to handle. So I'm just going to scoop the bones out and throw them away. Took all the bones out. Now it's time to strain the broth. The chicken stock has cooled and it's going to go in the refrigerator. Chicken stock has been cooling. It's another day. You can see the amount of fat on top of the gelatin is not that much. Let's check the consistency of the gel. You can see that it's very hard. It is like ballistics grade gelatin. As you see, I am going to scoop it into plastic Ziplocs by the spoonful. I quickly scooped the chicken stock into 4 bags, pushed it all flat, and it's going in the freezer. They should be relatively thin so you can snap off a hunk when you want to use some. Turn that nasty carcass into something delicious. You'll be glad you did.